Hi, welcome to the Texas Lone Wolf channel. Today we're going to do a very interesting topic about family betrayal, family trust breaking, because they want you to trust them no matter what, because they are family. That's what they say. The family blood is thicker than water. Maybe so, but aren't there boundaries to this? Are there boundaries to this? So I'm going to read some stories off of Reddit. And I'm going to be reading some of this, all right? This is going to blow you away. You ready? All right, here I come. So we're on Brave. They asked Reddit, people who had family members backstab, betray them, what happened? How did you deal with it? So I'm going to go ahead and blow this up a little bit. Nothing from you posted this, in quote. My dad chose his wife over his own daughter, me. His wife was the evil woman who honestly made the evil stepmother from Cinderella look like a child's play. Cinderella. Okay, evil stepmother from Cinderella look like child's play. Wow. Okay, what was your, now, to my initial question here, what was your upbringing like? Okay. When you lost your mom and your dad married another woman who had it in her head to get what she wanted no matter what it costed, etc. Okay? Now, so this dad right here refused to listen to the daughter. The daughter was telling the truth the whole time. The only child tells the truth. Now, parents, if you choose your spouse over your own children, and alarm bells are going off, and you believe your spouse over your own children, please stop acting a fool. I know, you got to protect the patriarchy, but yeah. Believe me. Also, the patriarchy says to protect your own offsprings in the animal kingdom. Did you know that? Got to protect them all right, the bottom line is got to protect your offsprings. Your offsprings are sounding an alarm. Believe them. You know, I shouldn't have to say this on this channel. It takes a father and a mother to produce an offspring. That's science. And that's fact. That's not no hearsay. That's no narrative this, narrative that. Political correctness. All that bunch of garbage coming out here being spewed by the left and the right and the alt-right, alt-left, commies and evolutionaries, whatever you call, whatever these little wackos you call them. I call them wackos. People are always following something in this world. But the bottom line, as far as the common sense of a human being, you know, if you're a male, you can have intercourse with a female and make a child. That is your offspring if you help make that child. That child has got 50% of your DNA, 50% of the mom's DNA. That is your child. The bottom line. So now let's get back to the story. Nothing from you posted in Reddit 6 years ago. That was 2017. Okay, let me see. August 23rd of 2017. That's 2017. All right? My dad chose his wife over his own stepdaughter, me. His own daughter. The wife was an evil woman who honestly made the evil stepmother from Cinderella look like a child's play. Stole money. The daughter got accused of it. House got damaged. The daughter got accused of it. Lies and lies and lies and lies were told. The father believed every one of them. Got bigger and bigger and bigger according to the story right here. Here, let me highlight this, okay? Rather than listen to reason and facts and proof in the pudding, all right? Dad decided to believe the lies she told him about her. First, it was small, like doing illegal drugs and running the streets, what have you. It started getting bigger and bigger, such as telling Dad that the missing money came from their account was from her stealing it. Let me tell you something. This right here should be a major red flag. This right here, if you have a joint account and your child's not on that joint account, the bank's got proof who's been taking the money. There's two people on the account. There's the account, the holder that puts money in there. Then there's somebody else helping himself to the money, which is either the wife or the spouse or whoever else on that joint account. That right there is a big red flag. And it got to the point where she wanted her out of the picture. Folks, this is a stepmother versus stepdaughter competition. These two, no matter how you spin it, females cannot become friends in the animal kingdom. You can for a temporary season. Then both will start going at each other's throats. Look at the wild animal kingdom in Africa in the big forest. Females can never get along with other females. Remember, the humans are animals in the animal kingdom that pay to play to live on the planet. This is the raw truth. Alright, now let's move on. It got to the point where she wanted her out of the picture. Not just gone, but gone. She got drunk like she did every other night, chasing around with a knife. Luckily, she had a stupid drunk. That was hard to get away from, like a crazy knife-wielding cycle, according to Nothing From You in Reddit. After the daughter locked herself in the office, called the police. The police came into the house with heard a commotion. Probably had the caller on the line. And the stepmother was hammering on the door trying to delete the stepdaughter with a knife. Instead of realizing his wife is a nut, gold digger, and that's another story, he stood up for her, told me that I must have deserved it. This is a father turning on his own daughter after the mother passed away. How dysfunctional is this? So, she was 19 years old when she left his house, stopped speaking to them. She had spoken to him for 7 years. So she turned 26 in 7 years. And he called his own daughter telling me that he was fixing about ready to go take a dirt nap permanently. Forever. Still didn't apologize. He made it very clear he was accepting an apology from her, the daughter. Never got one. He demanded an apology from the daughter from all the bad things happened to him. This is what's called karma. Alright? As I say this, these stories right here are this here is pretty much graphic. You know, the father helped made the daughter 50% of his DNA and 50% of her mother's DNA to make a child. But you do not believe the child. The child was out here. Well, she put it down. She was 19 when she left the house. She was probably around 16, 17, 18. She knows right from wrong. Was trying to sound a warning bell to tell her father that the wife is a psycho. So you want to go defend someone who lies and wants to dig into your bank account. Do you follow me? So let's move on. I did get to see him, though, moments before put a plug on him. So he must be on a ventilator at that time. So I feel bad for nothing with you here, nothing or something like that. That author of this, I feel bad for her. She had to struggle with the scars of the past. Now she lost her mom, then she lost her dad. Now, she struggled with many emotions: regret, happiness, sadness, anger, remorse. These days, she's sad that she never got to work their problems out. It was already too late. It's too gone. They pulled a plug on the ventilator. And he went. Just like that. Boom. You know, he's taking a dirt nap forever. But there's some things could have been worked out, but they never got worked out. But she is angry that he decided to put his phallus first. You know what a phallus is on a male, right? Where urine goes out and semen comes out to help make offsprings with. A phallus. He put his phallus first, happy that he's no longer married to that horrible wretch. Well, to this daughter that I'm talking about the story on Reddit, I promise you, your ex-stepmother will get her own karma. I don't know how old she is. She looked like a party girl. And let me tell you, women who party and party and party and party and party will age very horribly bad. Only desperate simps and mangina's gonna want her. Yeah, these are low quality dudes that will take anything that walks that are already aged out. Swear they can make babies, but they can't. They're like empty cemeteries. These women that age past 45 to 50 are walking cemeteries. Yeah, they can get wet and they can have orgasm and whatever and all this shit like this. They can have all of that. Alright? They can have all of this. But they can never make babies. Their eggs are gone. Their glow is gone. By the time they hit 40, Father Time turns the light off on them. He gives them hot flashes. He makes them go freaking crazy. The money income starts taking a nosedive. Listen, men folks out there listening to this broadcast, you cannot change a gold digger into a woman who can make money last. She's going to always compete with the Jones no matter what. If you let her, she will break you financially to where you have nothing to show for. Nothing. Now, let me scroll up. Nothing from you posted this. I focus feeling through and through and try to use how I would want it to be treated, apply it to my children. She's got children of her own. She became a mom herself. She would never put someone before her children. Very smart move of a mother. Never put no one before your children. Not even a friggin' man. No boyfriend, husband, man, woman, etc. Nothing from you is on Reddit. I applaud you for putting that out. Or not even a friend. Trust me, there's some people out there that's going to want you to prioritize them before your kids. Their kids before your kids. And she will listen to them and try to work it out. She'll never let get to the point that some blanker is going to chase him with a knife. She's a good mother. That right there is a good mother. That's a good mom. I applaud her for telling her story. Okay, in my head 33 says, this is in quote, geez, I wouldn't apologize either. Delete it. Delete it. I don't know who deleted their profile. That was 6 years ago in 2017. Told all her, see again. My sister told all our friends I had an abortion when it was clear between us and our mother. I didn't talk to her for several months. Now, a couple of years later, she only gets small talk. Never I get to know what's going on in my life. She seems fine with that. I'm telling you, no women can be friends with another woman. None. All right, Cypher Max posted 6 years ago. No contact. He doesn't hear from me. Doesn't stay in my home. Woo! And the inebriated Mike put Stussin cousin stole $30,000 from my grandpa's over the course of 14 months. He's still in jail for something unrelated. So I haven't had a chance to show him my displeasure. That's rough. So in my head posted this, in quote, 6 years ago. I'm actually trying to deal with it right now. I have a male cousin that came to ownership of my grandma's house while I was living in it. He convinced her to sign it over to him with aid of a lawyer. So when you get this house signed over, you got to pay taxes on it. You got to pay tax on the house. You got to keep the yards mowed because it ain't going to get done itself, all right? Maintenance got to be done. Bills got to be paid like the lights and water, taxes, upkeep, insurance in case we get a bad weather storms, whole 9 yards. All right, he immediately threw the family out. The oldest daughter had 6 weeks left to complete kindergarten. We had to find a new homeschool pronto. That means right away. The only reason we weren't living there was because we weren't trying to establish ourselves back in our hometown. We weren't planning to live there forever. It's just hard to find a decent house in the area, rent or buy. We offered to pay him rent, etc. He did not even plan on living there. He called me a mooch. Ooh, ouch. Fast forward 7 months later, he tells my dad he's planning on selling it since it was too much for him to take on. He bought a big fancy home up in the city where he lives, planning to focus on that. If my grandma knew this, she would be in her nursing home. She would have had a heart attack since the land and home been in our family for over 80 years. We're paying the bills, we're just fine. Yeah, actually, I have narrative telling me it's my fault. He had to pay property taxes there. Oh no. You pay property taxes whether you buy the home or you get it signed over to your name with the aid of a solicitor or attorney or a lawyer. So if you come in ownership of a property, you have to pay taxes to the municipality or the parish or the county you live in. You got to pay taxes on the property or else it gets put up for auction and they sell it out from underneath you. That's how it works. This is the money making wheel of a scam. They're going to get their money no matter what on a structure that being assigned to whoever is in possession of that structure. Yes, got to pay property taxes on it. And we're paying them for her and insurance, etc. Fast forward 4 years, he still hasn't, never visited her, never apologized, no surprise there. She came up, the mother who got kicked out of the house came up pregnant a few years after she moved and had a baby crib and storage. Went to grandma's barn, couldn't take it. We had moved to that small place, no storage. I get mom to deliver to me, come to find out the cousin decided to make some sort of project out of it. Lost a bunch of pieces, put putty and sand over every single hole. Guess it's my own fault for not thinking okay there. I'm out. $500 crib. It's okay. I found one on Amazon. In fact, he did it to make my blood boil. I'm the only one out there in the family who has kids. It's not like he did not know it was mine. You see, some people just are out there to gain it for financial gain and no respect given. So that's all on the story here, okay? That's on the Ask Reddit. So we're going to go ahead and move over here to what was the worst family betrayal you lived through, okay? This was 2019. That's 4 years ago. So, my dad let my stepmother wear my dead mother's wedding ring when my stepmom lost her own wedding ring. Wow. That is cold-blooded. Whew. Let me tell you something. This here brings the fact that family betrayal can be very, very touchy. So, This is very serious, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and read through some of these stories. All right, just went through it, and Richard um, Cranium Third posted. We just went through it. So we're taking care of mom, 87, for 2 years. 21-year-old daughter, one-year-old daughter moves in 6 months. Had bipolar episode. Stole $5 grand from mom. Family kicked me and my daughter out. My daughter had nothing to do with this. More to the story, we're now homeless, surviving on hotels, so not technically homeless, but we're close. No money to call out. She cut me off too. So no family, just me and my daughter. Oh. This is rough right here. Family betrayals are very rough. And TKAUFF7, any chance of in a relationship with your family and seeking help for yourself and daughter? Technically, I guess not. Now, this is often called the police over custody battles. My older brother and his wife called the police on our mom, saying that my mom harassing them, which she was literally called 2 times. In 6 weeks, let her keep my nephew and my niece away from us for the last 7 months. Let me tell y'all something. This is really messed up. This is really messed up, to be honest, per se. All right, this is messed up. So we're gonna cover. All right. Grandpa faked his own death, ran off with a mistress in the 1970s. My mom and aunt were middle of school at the time, and so they felt it. Went on a hunting trip, never returned up again until SSA got tipped off to his being alive and all that. We found out a couple of decades. That's 20 years and several years of search and manhunt after he had disappeared. He died a year later or so after that. These revelations crushed my grandma, who has always been the most amazing, adorable, sassy woman ever. A true woman of integrity. She actually would take walks, pray over households every block. Anyway, that really deflated her. She lost her battle with cancer a couple months after appearing in court to deal with complications that arose with him being alive and the family getting survivorship benefits. She had to come out of remission. She went downhill fast. She wouldn't talk very much. She couldn't even walk anymore. She nearly fell with her leg give way. My aunt and I caught her. The particular progression was over a couple days. Future brother-in-law, sister, wife. I drove night to see her because she wasn't going to last much longer. It was my brother-in-law who drove all night, 12 hours, God bless him. I expected him to wake me up to tag me in a drive, but never did. He handled it all. Amazing man, so blessed by him. He treated my sister so well. it helped me so much keeping the grandmas comfortable as we moved her in to side. He started getting restless. We thought she would pass any day. She didn't. Most of us were there. We had to go back up. I remember having to say goodbye, knowing I'd never see her again. The worst thing a family member ever could have done is sorry for the rant. It only happened last year. So, let me back up. So this was posted January 20th of 2019, all right? And so the community thought well of Grandma, but did not think well of Grandpa. So, I mean, this here, right here, is really something else. Let me go ahead and take a break, and I'll be back to this broadcast. Now, I want to clearly say that there is a page on Reddit called AITA, which stands for Am I the Butthole? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here and let everybody see it. And I'm going to put these links up here to let you see where I'm reading on this. Now, also, they say that family betrayals can hurt and leave a long-lasting scar. Okay? They can leave a long-lasting scar. I had to stretch this out a little bit. Alright, you ready? Ready for me to blow it up? 33 male, alright. Two brothers applied at the same company and worked. Alright. Both of them applied for the management position. And this is like a classic Cain and Abel type thing right here. Okay, one brother stabs the other one in the back and vents to the hiring manager. Says all manner of lies about the other person, catching him off guard and ruining his chance of getting promoted. This was posted in 2021, January 1st of 2021. 33 male, having an issue where my family is pressuring me to resume contact with my brother, 35 male, after I went no contact years ago. 5 years ago. Okay, now, this happened in 5 years ago. I want to say that, this piece was written in January 1st of 2021. 5 years prior, this happened in 2016. And 5 years ago, my brother and I worked at the same company. I had been there for 3 years. He'd been there for 2. He was hired because I referred him. They were looking for new employees. So by looking at this, one brother helps the other one get on. One been there 3 years. The other one been there 2. The one that been there for 2 got promoted management. No problems. Got promoted to management. Again, this is a typical Cain and Abel fight in the book of Genesis right here. Except way back then, Cain became a murderer. He murdered his own youngest brother. But this here is opposite. Well, actually, this here is a Cain and Abel type thing right here. And when the manager position came open, he and I both applied for it, told each other no hard feelings if the other one got it. He was hired on for the position that he was not. He was genuinely happy for him. Did not have any negative feelings about him getting hired. I was proud of him and thought he deserved it. So what happened is, the cat gets let out of the bag right here. But I'm fixing to read this. And this is a very long video right here, alright? After 3 months he was hired, my former boss, whom wanted the youngest brother had a great relationship, left the company and asked him out for lunch and told him in complete confidence what actually transpired. What happened. And that the brother took an email that I sent him venting about work issues and forwarded it to the hiring manager explaining why I was not good fit for the position. See, two siblings that are blood related supposed to have each other's back. And here, he did not have his back. He laid his cards out on the table for everybody to see. Ruined his chance of promotion. Okay? He confronted him about this. He admitted it. And said, you think it wasn't an underhanded thing to do because it simply showed I wasn't meant for management because that's not how managers act. Well, the older brother admitted to it. He was devastated. He cut him out of his life completely just for the underhanded thing he did. Again, you can never have siblings or friends in the workplaces. This stuff will happen to you. So the 33-year-old male back 5 years ago, devastated, cut him out of life completely, told him he's no longer a brother, to forget that he even existed. This is serious right here. One brother helped you get on to the company and you stay there 2 years. And then you're underhanded. You go showing all your cards and keep him from getting a position, and you get the position yourself. You sabotage his chances of getting promoted. As I can see where this is going. He tried to justify his betrayal and told me it was not just serious as I thought it would make it out to be. Excuse me? But he refused to be swayed despite massive pressure from the family to make peace with him. Now here's another part. The family will get involved and try to smooth out the rough waters here. Make peace. Well, the brother left that company, found another job, and settled to interact with the family due to how the young guy was felt. He was shown very little sympathy for what the older brother did to the younger brother. The attitude that the young guy got from his family was essential that it was not a nice thing to do. But he had children to take care of, and it was understandable he had to do everything to make more money to provide a better life for them. Mother said this to me almost verbatim. Okay, so let's go down a little further, all right? He attempted to contact the younger brother several times over and over, ran into each other at a store, but the younger brother ignored the older brother, kept walking. He cut the older brother out of the wedding. He and his wife had not met the younger brother's wife, his firstborn, 10 months. Parents have been allowed to come and visit, but my mother told me the holidays aren't right without my family there. They have begged to put the past behind us and let this go so we can be a family again. Let me tell you something. When you stab somebody in the back and underhanded stuff like this, not only you ruin the chance for somebody getting promoted, you also sabotage the chances for them getting moved up in the company. So I am with the on the younger brother side to cut ties. And the younger brother's his wife sides with him, think that the older brother is an asshole. Spent Christmas with her family instead of visiting mine. AITO for continue to hold this grudge. Well, we're going to find out. Then we're going to see what the other going to find out what. Okay, NTA, you can forgive him when you're ready. He has really needed the money for his family. Why? Not just say, hey brother, I know we're both getting gunning for this promotion, but I need it for my kids. Would you mind pulling out and running? Him sandbagging you like that has not only screwed you out of that job, but any of the potential openings would have happened while you were there. Sandbagging is appropriate, is a nice little term. Did you know that? Sandbagging, that's pretty bad. And he's got screwed out of a chance of getting promoted within the company. So two brother closeness is gone. Alright? Look at this. 3 years ago, somebody posted this. That one day 819 posted 3 years ago. NTA, your brother's the worst. Frankly, I'm shocked that they will offer him a management position after he did what he did. I would never want someone that backstabbing working for me or managing a team. That being said, you didn't want to move past this. It's not reasonable. I would never trust him with any information again. That's being civil and distant as possible. This is really what I'm getting at. Siblings can cut another sibling's throat. Alright? And somebody else put in the corporate world, it's the corporate world. Those who screw over others are rewarded with their bad deeds. And this is really bad. My former boss told me this type of stuff happened in management that caused him to leave the company. From his description, it's you brute behind the scenes in the management of that company. I guess in a way I was lucky to dodge that bullet, but my brother's still a manager, so I guess He's a great fit in that kind of atmosphere. So that's the LP 3 years ago, original poster. All right. Um, so I'm fixing to find some more. Okay. The pressure comes from them. It started to ramp up once I got married and I had a kid. I guess now that I got my own family, my parents feel like they're also missing out instead of just me. The poster posted this. Now, even the father himself is not proud of what his son done to the other son. Let me read this here to you, okay? The mother, he said, the original poster, the mother tried several different ways to get us to reconnect. I think the one she leans on the hardest is trying to convince me that what he did wasn't worth throwing away a relationship over. Now, let me tell you something. This reminds me of two two brothers in a mother's womb, Isaac and Jacob, or actually Jacob and Esau. They're both brothers. So this is a Jacob and Esau post right here. The first post up here, when I read, is basically like a Cain and Abel type post. But except no murder happened, but just somebody underhanded shared the intel with a hiring manager to keep the other brother from getting the job. All right. So the mother of the two boys tried to get them two to connect. The more she's trying, she's pushing them both away. And Dad tried not to give his opinion and let the mom speak for both of them. But he has talked to me in private, said he wasn't happy that they raised someone who would do something like that. It doesn't change anything though. If my dad would say that to me, if my dad say that to me, but not my brother. But the deal is, you gotta stay low key in life. Not everybody needs to know everything about you. Stay low key. Delete it, post it. Like others said, it's time for to reinforce your boundaries. Manipulators hate boundaries. I.e., if your mom brings this up, basically saying, I'm not discussing this again. If you continue to push, you can leave. And then set consequences for ignoring your boundary. Elsie, no time with your child, leave your home, etc. Trust me, she will stop quick after the first few times of going LC. I don't know what that means. All right? So basically what this story is talking about. Yeah, no kidding. He didn't just screw his brother out of a promotion. He screwed his brother out of possibility of any advancement in that company and potentially that field ever. So yeah. So yeah. This is serious, y'all. There's always someone out there who is going to betray you. And they're going to try to make light of this, so to speak. Okay? And the OP put there 3 years ago, to be quite honest, the only reason why my parents have been allowed to meet my child is that my wife said she had a weird forbidding them to meet him when they live around the corner from us. She said there's a very good chance she'll bump into them in public somewhere and not know how to act. My feelings regarding my parents are really complicated, and I sometimes don't think I should never allow them in my life. But on one hand, it's not like I can blame them for his action. The other hand, their hand waving is what he did disgust me. And this right here is a classic example. And I think it was a very insightful comment he posted 3 years ago. And they done what to pressure him to say sorry? That's not apologizing. You go and do it with a full heart and genuine heart, a wholehearted apology. All right? Because I'm going to tell you this. This is a very bad. This is a dog eat dog world. This is where rubber meets the road, my friend. So, the brother sent an email after they had a blow up. So, he sent the email to the younger brother saying that, I'm sorry you feel this way you feel. He said that I need to separate family and business, and that his decision was not personal. I responded to the email, asking him never to contact me again. The older brother don't realize the damage he's done. So, and here's the part right here. This here is the arrogance of the older brother. And remember, the time is not going to be his friend. He's in his 30s. He thinks, he can go around open up all secrets and confidentiality and everything out, blow it out of proportion. So to speak. So, not only that, he's probably going to have bad luck. See? What goes around comes around, my friends. Remember this. And we'll go see if I find some more. Okay. Okay. So let's do a little history on this. Are you ready? Now, he had thrown me under the bus before when we were in high school. He was busted for skipping school. Get the heat off himself, he told my parents that I snuck out of the house to go over to my girlfriend's house the previous weekend. He also tried to blame me for things he did to get out of trouble. So, the leopards never changed their spots, so to speak. Guess he thought he could, as an adult, grow out of that kind of behavior. I guess it wasn't a childhood phase. Instead, it was part of his personality. So, Hayes Sierra said this: if that's the case, reinforce your boundaries. Your brother is clearly someone who doesn't respect you. NTA. Sorry you're going through this. But I'm telling you this. But let's go down. The relationship is unhealthy. There's a clearly history of this behavior. It's got worse in the future because the LP could have gotten fired. And this right here, we're looking at the pattern, the behavior of sabotaging others. Man, I don't know what to tell y'all on this. But anyways, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the alarm bell to see more videos coming out soon. And anyways, I don't see any more OP stuff right here to share here. And anyways, it's a very bad move. We almost hit 1 hour mark here. And I want to tell you, nobody's your friend in the workplace, not even your siblings. Family betrayal is worse. I'd rather have an enemy to slap me in the face than a fake person to hug me. Because you are not going to know what hand you're going to get dealt with. Alrighty. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that bell for notification so you don't miss any more of my videos that's coming out. My name is Texas Lone Wolf. I'm proud to be your host in this video message. And remember, whoever has your back and loves you for who you are will be with you every step. They'll be able to walk through fire with you, one-on-one. You get burnt, they're going to get burnt too with you. All right, I'm done for this video, and peace.